what you want, what you gonna do when Shelley Brown come for you? Tell me what you gonna do, what you gonna do.
Joining us on the phone this morning is the New Iberia Police Chief, Todd D'Albor. Of course, that police department being reinstated after a few years being vacant. Todd, thank you for joining us this morning.
Happy to be here, Derek.
And that's one question that I have. How long has it been since the NIPD has operated in the city?
It's been 14 years. It was disbanded in July of 2004.
And that was for financial purposes, I understand?
That's my understanding, too. I wasn't here at the time.
Right.
But that was my understanding.
And as far as law enforcement goes in this city, we've seen the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office handle what crimes went on within the city. That was, of course, due to a contractual agreement among the city and the Sheriff's Office. But now that the NIPD is back instituted, what changes will the public see throughout the city, law enforcement-wise?
Well, the mayor, with the support of the community in passing a half-cent sales tax, allowed for us to have more funds available to put more cars on the street. So they're going to see higher visibility, more officers on the street, and we're going to dedicate our service just to the city.
You know, from a news standpoint, we've seen, especially within the past few years, a lot of shootings going on in the city. As far as the NIPD goes, how will y'all plan on curtailing the shootings and violent activity throughout the city?
Well, you know, Derek, and you've been around, you know, kind of my career for the most part. You got to engage the community. You know, first, you have to build trust. And the trust, and I've spoken at different organizations around this city, and saying that that we have to work every day as a department, as a law enforcement agency for this city, and build trust. If we engage, and I feel strongly that we will, the trust of the community here, then people will call us and let us know the things that we need to take a look at, what their concerns are, and what the crime problems are, and we can address those with information. You know, and in that relationship we have with the community, it's no longer us versus them. So that's where we can really make a strong impact and reduce crime, and it's been successful in other places that I have been. And, you know, so the biggest part that we have to do as a department is to build on trust every day and let the community know that we're here to serve them. And if we do that, crime will go down. Excellent.
Todd, you mentioned, you know, your experience in law enforcement. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background as far as I do understand you're a New Iberia native.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the latter part of St. Martin Parish, which was right by the Iberia Parish line. Basically, my family land was a mile and a half from New Iberia city limits.
Right.
You know, growing up in you know, in St. Martin Parish side, really not a lot of things going on in St. Martinville. Spent a lot of my weekends and a lot of my days in New Iberia growing up. So this is my hometown. You know, so did a lot of part of my career. I worked at, back in the 90s, I worked at the Sheriff's Office in Iberia in the previous administration. And then I went on back to St. Martinville, where I was the Chief Administrative Officer of the Police Department. And from there was offered the opportunity to become Police Chief in Jennings. I served as Police Chief in Jennings for over 7.5 years, and very proud of my tenure there because you know, that city was dealing with similar crime issues as here in New Iberia. It's a smaller city there, but the same problems. You know, they were having, you know, the shootings and drugs and a lot of the same crime issues that we're dealing with here. And we had, you know, me and my department there dealt with it the same way I plan on having a blueprint here, which is to build the trust of the community and work with the community to start addressing those issues.
Excellent.
It worked well there. We went from, Jennings went from a really high crime rate to, in 2012, being the safest city in Louisiana. So very proud of what we can do, and I know we can bring that same proactive approach here.
Excellent. And as far as the police department goes, I do understand in New Iberia y'all have sworn in the officers there that will take to the streets on July 1st. Can you tell us a little bit about the team that you've put together?
I'm very proud. We're a very diverse staff. Our department's very diverse. Got a multitude of experience. The assistant chief came over from Louisiana State Police, where he was assigned through state police to the DEA task force, So he has experience on a local, state, and federal level. The major has a ton of administrative experience working at the sheriff's office in the past as a major there. The captains, the captain of patrol was 34 years at Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office as a captain there. The captain of CID worked at Houston PD for 11 years, New Orleans PD for 5, and Orleans District Attorney's Office for 3. Just a well-rounded staff.
Absolutely. Sounds like you'll have years of law enforcement experience under your belt.
Oh, I'm blessed to have the staff I do, that they were willing to be a part of something very special here. And I tell you, the police officers came from all over. We got experienced officers from departments like Youngsville, Broussard, Abbeville, on and on. St. Martin Sheriff's Office, Iberia, St. Mary. They officers came from all over with a multitude of experience and diversity. And I tell you, we have a great department. They're currently here. They've been here since last Monday doing in-service training. We're obviously getting them acclimated to our policies and our philosophy of community policing, and it has been going extremely well.
And Todd, the prior police department had been located at City Hall, right there next to the main branch of the library. Is that where y'all will be located from here on out?
Yes, we'll be located in the first floor of City Hall for patrol and administrative, and our investigative division will be housed in the front building of the 911 Communications Center where Cliff Oakland building is.
Excellent.
That'll be our investigative division.
Sure, and how can the public get in touch with y'all, of course, on July 1st when y'all do hit the streets? If there is any reporting from the public, how can they contact y'all?
The non-emergency New Iberia Police 24-hour line will be area code 337-369-2306. For the administrative patrol, it'll be area code 337-369-2307. And, of course, for emergencies, 911.
Excellent. We've been talking with New Iberia Police Chief Todd D'Albor. Todd, thank you for giving us your time this morning, and good luck with the new installation of the department. That's coming on July 1st.
Thank you, Derek. I appreciate it. Thank you.
What you want, what you want, what you gonna do when John Brown come for you? Tell me what you gonna do, what you gonna do.